I wish someone told me sooner that in order to see progression, in order to see success in your life, it doesn't mean that you have to suffer. And I know that's a little bit counterintuitive to what you've been told, which is why I believe that I honestly like had that misconception for a long time. Because I'm not saying like in order to get success, in order to like get the things that you want in your life, it doesn't mean that you won't have to go through some sort of suffering. I think all of human life, like you are going to be suffering. It's just a matter of like what kind of suffering do you want. And I always had like this misconception. I guess like this was kind of reinforced on me since an early age because I was kind of like mediocre in everything that I did. I played sports as a kid, obviously academics as well, and I wasn't really like above average. Like I was kind of like in the middle of everything that I did, and I was ambitious. Like I had dreams. Like when I was 13, I had dreams to go to the NBA, and like those dreams broke pretty quick when I was a 5'6" kid at the time. I'm 6'1" now, and I was like semi-athletic, nothing crazy. I was like honestly, I had no skill set at all when I was 13. But like I had dreams. Let me have ambition. But the main point is that I had ambition, and I thought that in order to really see success in the things that you were doing means to commit yourself to something so extreme. So, for example, like when I was lacking on discipline and I just felt like I had no control in my own life, and I felt like I had to like regain myself and just go heavy on self-improvement, right? I was waking up at 4:15 a.m. every single day. I was doing that for 9 months straight, and I was so convinced in my head that if I couldn't do this, if I couldn't commit to this wake up, then I wouldn't be able to see any success at all. And I just thought that if I could do this, like I will be successful, like I will be able to like succeed at anything that I put my mind to, which to a degree I was right. Like I definitely built a lot of discipline off of that, but I was doing something that I just hated. Like I was so miserable in my own life, and I was like a slave to my own beliefs. And that's the last thing that you want to do, is like be a slave to your own mind, because the only thing that you control at the end of the day is your own thoughts, right? That is the only thing that you control. And if you're a slave to your own thoughts, then I mean, the question you really got to ask yourself, are these your own thoughts? Because when it comes to social media, like I'm 21 years old. If you're watching this video, you might be a little bit younger than me or a little bit older. And my generation, Gen Z, has had a heavy influence of social media. Like I grew up watching YouTube. Like a lot of the influences of my life are people that I've watched on YouTube, right? Like developing this parasocial relationship with them, where I'm sure you know what this means, but like you watch them so often that you start to feel like they are a brother, like a friend to you, like a mentor, right? Like I developed this parasocial relationship with like all these people that I looked up to, and all of a sudden I didn't even know like what beliefs were mine. Like I just felt like I was like I don't know, like I just didn't feel like I had my own thoughts, if that made sense. Like it kind of just felt like I was kind of like sleepwalking through life because I didn't know who I was. And that's when I realized that I was being a slave to my own thoughts, because like I was just trying to take all of the thoughts and beliefs of everyone else. Like I saw guys like basketball relevant, right? Kobe Bryant. I idolized this guy like when I was young, and like not to say that any of the things that he's done in his career, rest in peace to him, were not admirable, because I think that like honestly the thing that I feel most drawn towards when it comes to his career achievements is the fact that he left everything on the court. Like he gave his everything. He felt most fulfilled when he finished up his career. Like I feel most drawn towards that, but it's kind of like a monkey see, monkey do. Like I was doing it wrong, meaning that I saw how he was waking up at 4 a.m. every single day. I saw how he was doing like 3-4 workouts every single day. And I'm like, if I want a degree of his success, it means to do that exactly. It means to replicate that exactly, which in some cases, yes, like you need that. Like he was so delusional that he would do whatever is required to make failure impossible, which I do agree with, which I do resonate with, but not when it comes to being a slave within your own lifestyle. Like he did it because he loved the game so fucking much, and in his head, like he wasn't willing to settle for anything under like legendary, right? Which is the status that he has when it comes to like NBA achievements and NBA like goals, right? But when it comes to like my own personal life, I felt like I was a slave in my own life because I was consuming the thought patterns and beliefs of everyone else, saying that in order to see success means to wake up early, means to go to the gym like 2 or 3 hours a day, and just like basically just kill yourself in the progress. And like, so what you have to understand is that every single action you've taken up to this point is a lagging indicator of your reality right now. Therefore, like if you want your future to change, it looks like changing your current actions right now. So if you're consuming the thought process of everyone else around you, you're going to be a slave to your own beliefs. Your beliefs aren't even yours, like they're everyone else's, right? And I found that the only way that I can see success, the only way that I can feel progression, the only way I can feel happy in my own life is just following my own intuition, being authentic to myself and asking myself, like taking the time to be intentional with what I do and why it actually matters to me. Like not doing my morning routine, not waking up at 4:15 a.m. every single day because I want to, live to someone else's standard, but to live my own standard because I want to. What matters to me is playing the long-term game. If I am making small 1% improvements every single day to become a better version of myself towards my intentional direction, that I will get to that state long enough. Like I just play the commitment consistency game rather than doing so fucking much work to where, I'm 21 years old right now. Like if I was just like completely just trashing my body, just like doing whatever by any means necessary, right? Just like being so fucking stressed to the point where like it ages me externally. I look like I'm 30 years old, right? Like I have guys around me. Like there are guys. I live in Miami, Florida, right? This is like why it's kind of top of mind for me right now. I have guys around me who are my age who look like 30, 40 years old because they're just so fucking stressed in their own life because they're like literally just slaves to their own lifestyle. And I don't care for that. Like, yes, I may not have their level of success as of right now, but I don't care about the right now. Like, I care about the things that I'm going to be doing over time that will compound because, this is a change that I've made. And this is a good analogy, right? Where like this whole peptide epidemic is like bursting out, right? Everyone's saying the studies are fine. I don't know the studies extensively, so maybe peptides are really good. I play the rule of thumb that anything that is quick and accessible for me is going to be bad in the long term. Anything that is delayed, anything that is uncomfortable and painful up front is going to give me some sort of reward in the end, which looks like me going to the gym, eating less, being in a calorie deficit, and having a better physique long term. And peptides is kind of like a shortcut where you do have the physique right now. You do have the looks maxing look you want right now. But I don't know what those long-term effects are going to come out as. Like you see the studies within, I saw a study the other day for a COVID vaccine. Like there is no long-term studies for the COVID vaccine when they first rolled it out. But 6 years later, you're starting to see studies come out where it says like the COVID vaccine leads to cancers, right? So that's an example of something that seems like it was, accessible, seems like it was very easy. It seems like it was like the right decision at the time is something you're going to pay for it later on the line. So like that's my philosophy is that I want to play the long-term route, not meaning that I'm not willing to put in the work because I think like you do have to go through some sort of suffering. I think on this earth we are made to suffer. Like no matter what you do in your life, you are going to suffer. And I see this perfectly. Like I drive through neighborhoods. I come from the suburbs. Like I had a decent upbringing. I didn't have any real struggles or worries in my life when it came to like, food or like came to paying bills. Luckily because I had very blessed parents, which I'm grateful for. And like over time, I've become more and more grateful of that. But like even like I just found like things to worry about in that time frame. Whether it was the grades that I had in school, whether it wasn't having the right access to like I didn't have a tutor ever, but I went to this place called Mathnasium. I think that's what it's called, like a place where you go to study, and like I just hated that shit. When in reality, like people in third world countries would die for the opportunity to have a place where you could go study and learn more, right? And just like increase your education. So like perfect example of finding reasons to struggle and suffer in a lifestyle that other people would, you know, die for, right? And relating this back to what I was saying, like in Florida, right? I live in Miami, Florida, and I'm like seeing very, very wealthy people, and I'm driving around these neighborhoods where these are super wealthy people, like multi-million dollar homes, and I like there's this like one like private island called Key Biscayne that I drive to a couple times because they have some nice restaurants there, and I notice like even the kids like they're like I see them like throwing fits or something to their moms or like in the stores or something. And I just noticed that no matter what level you get to, you will suffer to some degree. You will find some things to worry about, whether it's like your neighbors on your private island are annoying. Like those are the things that the rich people suffer from. Whether it's not having the right, complaining about going to a tutoring lesson after school because you don't want to go, or whether it's complaining that you don't have food to put on the table because you can't afford it. Right? No matter what level you go to, like I'm showing you poverty, mediocrity, and then a high level life, you're gonna find reasons to suffer and reasons to struggle. Like it's certain that you're gonna struggle, but just choose like what you want to struggle with. And I'd rather struggle to my own turn, like on my own terms, on my own authenticity, right? When it comes to doing the things that I actually care to do, when it comes to suffering for a good cause that I see is worth suffering for, right? When it comes to like my own goals and desires, long term, like the thing that I feel most drawn towards is helping people that were once in my shoes, right? I have a mentorship where I help people make the same physical and mental transformation that I've made in my personal life, almost a year ago when I just felt like I didn't know what the fuck to do in my life, when I felt like I was completely directionless, when I felt like I had no like solid protocols to put in my life to be able to kind of sustain a good quality lifestyle, a holistic lifestyle when it came to my physique, when it came to my mental health, when it came to my relationships, when it came to my long-term goals, sustaining that with a holistic style protocol while still being able to maintain the progress that I built and also stack momentum, right? And be able to grow off that lifestyle as well. So like, that's what I care about. That's what I teach others how to do. And like, hopefully throughout this YouTube video, throughout this video right now, you're getting some insights on like what that looks like to me from a mindset perspective. So the point of this video is that you will suffer no matter what, but I say choose the cause that you suffer for. Choose the cause that you struggle for, right? And most of all, like you don't have to feel like you're suffering every single day. Of course, there's gonna be hard days, there's gonna be good days. Don't get too high on the highs or too low on the lows. That's my best advice for that. But most of all, like you're on this earth to like enjoy this, right? There's no future. The future is not promised. The past already happened. The present is a present for you. I heard that somewhere, and it's just like a really, really good thing to remember is that the present is a present. It's a gift. It's here right now. You're watching this right now. You're breathing right now. This is a gift, so enjoy it. You don't have to suffer. But even when it comes to doing hard things, right? Like, let me just get through this set. Let me just finish off this shift. Let me just wake up early today, and I'll sleep in tomorrow. Like you get to do these things. You get to push yourself to that last rep. You get to wake up this morning. You get to work this shift when other people. That's a good like mental reframe. Other people would die for that opportunity to work that shift, make that kind of money that you're making right now, even if it is the bare fucking minimum. Which I've worked my fair share of minimum wage jobs, and every single time, like I worked at Foot Locker, bro. Like I would just treat Foot Locker like it was the NBA Finals, right? I would treat it like I was like, like a top salesman in the world, like trying to sell people on shoes and like trying to earn commission for my store. But like that's just how I treated it because I wanted to, because I felt like it was like I'm telling you, just detach from life, from the outcome that you want, and just live in the present moment and just treat it like a video game. Stop overthinking, stop having doubts about things. Like the only reason you have doubts is because like that is your brain acting as a self-defense mechanism based off the prior experiences that you've had, based off things that you might have heard about what you're doing right now. Just to have those doubts as a, again, safety mechanism. But in reality, like those doubts could just be holding you back from what you could really be doing. Are you, holding yourself back from making a decision that you actually want to make because you're kind of scared, so you have some doubts about like the logistics, or like emotionally you feel like you're not drawn towards that decision? Or, do you actually like just want to go through with it? Like, last thing I'll end off this video, I know I'm kind of like rambling right here, and I know I'm like drifting off into different topics, because honestly, I've done this video multiple takes already. I think it's like my 5th or 6th take, and I'm just like going with it right now because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna put this video out. I'm like moving down to Miami, Florida. Like, I had so many fucking doubts. And like, further backstory, like, I was raised in Richmond, Virginia. That's all I know. That is my hometown. And I wanted to move to Miami, Florida, because I saw this city as an opportunity to like do something big in my life. I saw it as an opportunity for growth and to, mold me into the man that I want to be. And initially when I moved down here, like, it was a 2-week decision from when I initially thought about moving down here to when I actually got in my car and I drove down 950 miles down to South Florida, right? And I had so many doubts, like, is this going to be long term? Is this going to work out? Am I going to have money for this? Who am I going to know? Am I going to be in a safe place? Am I going to be comfortable? But, those are just doubts. Nothing has happened yet. Like, you're worrying about things that haven't happened yet, and you're replaying past events that, might not support the vision or the outcome that you want. Like, fuck those doubts, bro. Like, just go through with what feels authentic to you and figure it out. Like, just fuck around and figure it out. Like, that's why you see that the people that are the stupidest see the most progression, see the most success, because they don't really think about what they do when they do it. They just do it. It's so stupid, but like, genuinely, like, they just don't think about what they do. And action burns anxiety. If you are doing if you have enough volume, like, volume negates luck. And if you do things on a long enough time frame, you will see the outcome that you want in your life. So yeah, I know I rambled in this video a little bit. I honestly just wanted to get it out. I hope this message kind of hit someone. I hope something in this video might have been valuable to you. So thanks for watching.